Hi everyone. Today on my channel I am going to show you how to make this beautiful arrangement for spring or Easter for just a few dollars. Isn't it so pretty? It will look beautiful on anyone's dining room table, entryway, sideboard. This is the perfect little arrangement that you can make super fast for only a few dollars. So you will need a glass vase or container. I bought this particular one in the Target dollar spot. You could use the more slender versions that are in Dollar Tree. Doesn't matter. Then get yourself some cute little crafting eggs. Again, Dollar Tree, Target dollar spot. I had these in my stash. And I used this paper plate as my inspiration. This plate is the colors and the theme that I am using for my Easter tablescape. Be sure you check out my other video on how to make these cute little Easter napkin rings. They were so simple, and you see like a little secret material on there. Yep, it's candy. So anyway, grab yourself some eggs in the colors that you want to use for your decor. Just plop them on in here. Not too careful. I just don't want maybe the same color touching each other. And also, this was originally a garland that I cut apart, so there are holes in it. So I'm gonna try to disguise the holes as best I can. But once the beautiful flowers are in there, I don't think it'll be too noticeable. So you just layer your eggs in kind of around the edges. Now, if you have a really big container, you can put a separate thinner glass vase in the middle and then just do the eggs around it. This one isn't that wide, so I didn't have the room to put a separate container in there, but that's a great way to fill up space without having to fill it with so many eggs or whatever you are using for your filler. That's just a great way to take up some space. So let's see. Again, I'm just trying not to pile the same color on top of each other, but it's not perfect and it doesn't need to be. Oh, there's two with the same. All right, I just fixed that. That was on the back side, so you probably can't even see it. Okay, so there we go. That part is finished. Then here's my trick, one of my mini tricks to keeping the costs down on florals. Florals can get really expensive. I like to buy these whole bushes and I kind of spread apart the branches a little bit. I had this in my stash. I've had it for years, but you can get a similar one, I'm sure, at any craft store. I'm just gonna plunk this in, make sure the stem goes down the middle so it is not shown. Then I cut apart this bunch of yellow ranunculus, if I'm saying that correctly. Again, I had it in my craft stash already, but I have seen them around, especially Hobby Lobby, but I have seen them out there in the craft store, so I know they're still there. I'm just gonna kind of layer it in, just tuck it in. I wanna make sure that the stem isn't sticking out of the eggs, but I'm not gonna worry about putting it way inside because I'm working with short stems on this bunch. It's just what I happen to have. And it's fine because it works beautifully. Oh, one more. And because this is a centerpiece in the middle of the table, I am arranging it to be pretty all around, but if you had something against a wall, you wouldn't need to do that. You could have a front side and a back side, and I wouldn't worry about putting too many pretty things in the back side where they're not gonna show. So next I bought this stem at Hobby Lobby. It's these cool like thorn, I don't know what they're called, but they're really cool. I bought one stem and I cut it apart, and I just cut it into 1 and 2. You could cut it all the way into 3. It doesn't really matter. Just gonna plop that in there to give it some height and some more texture. Again, I just wanna make sure that the stems aren't poking out of the eggs, but other than that, I'm not being too particular. And then this was actually a tall stem from Hobby Lobby that I just cut up because I didn't want it that tall for this particular arrangement. So I just cut it up. So a great trick. I mean, I only used 1, 2, 3, 4 bunches or 4 stems, and cutting it apart just gave me all these florals. You can't even tell that the white is one big bunch. It looks like it's all been stuck in there and arranged individually, but it hasn't. And this works great with Dollar Tree florals too. So much of Dollar Tree florals, so much of the trick to using them is just how you style them. So let's see. Got a little stuck here. Hang on just a second. And there you go. This really looks beautiful from any angle. Oops, I had a stem showing through. Stick it in there. Okay, there you go. Looks beautiful from any angle. It only took me a few minutes. You can use the florals that you already have in your stash, or just purchase cheap ones from the Dollar Tree or any dollar store. And there you go, a beautiful arrangement in just a few minutes for just a few dollars.